Hi Rubies, I hope you're all well today. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for checking out today's video. I am Hannah Ruby. If you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to subscribe for new videos every week. Before we even get into anything, my cat is there and I feel like you might like to see a video of her. She hasn't actually been in here yet, so hi Sweet Pea. She's called Sweet Pea. Hello. Oh, she's coming to say hello. So, today's video is actually a requested one. Thank you, Barbara, who requested, she actually asked this question about what setup I used and if it was to record my videos for YouTube and if it was the same setup I used to make my EP. I did give her a reply at the time, but I feel like it would be useful to do a video in case anyone else was wondering, because I know it's something I was wondering when I first started kind of doing all this stuff. So actually I've got a couple of options for you. I'm going to obviously talk about the one that I use now, but I'm also going to talk about the one I used to use and like a alternative if you have absolutely nothing, no money, you just want to start. So that is the plan for today. I'm going to start with the very first option. If you have absolutely nothing, no money, just want to upload some songs, no worries, you can totally do it. Don't feel like you have to wait until you have all this money saved up to start. Like, just start. So I mean, when I first did all my covers, I think on my very old YouTube channel, which I was a moron and deleted, but the very first ones I think I recorded on my phone or even possibly the webcam on my computer. So just start. So the kind of the first option I would suggest is using your phone. I mean, you can. There is an ambulance in every single video I do, I swear. I'm not joking. I just tried to film a version of it and I wasn't happy with it because I rambled, and there was an ambulance in that one too, and that was literally 2 minutes ago. Phone quality is actually really good now. So you could just use your phone. This is a cute picture of my dog Indigo, in case you want to see it. So why not use your phone? Just record a normal video, and then a lot of phones have the capacity, I think, just to upload straight to YouTube. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. Okay, say they don't. I don't know. Say they don't have the, you can't upload it straight to YouTube. All you need to do is then send the video to yourself, either by USB or email, and then get it on your computer and upload it via your computer. Simple. No worries. No, I mean, you could edit it then on your computer if you want to, but it's just video, good to go. So when I'm talking about editors, I'll say the editor I use is actually a free one. I've gone through several through the years, but this one's quite good. I did have some problems with it at one point. It used to crash a lot on my old computer, so I think it's quite a powerful program, but it's called Shotcut, and it's free, but there's so many free ones out there. Does Windows Movie Maker still exist? I used to really like that one. I don't know if it still exists or not. But that was a good one. I liked that one. Another one I used up until recently was called OpenShot, I think it was called. If I'm wrong, I'll write it here. And that was another good one that I used when Shotcut used to crash. So, nice and simple, nice and free, easy. Most people have a phone. If not a phone, maybe like a webcam, or there's something. You can always find a way to do that. So that's option number one. Option number two is the way that I did it before this one. So I just want to preface by saying there's probably so many different ways to record videos. I'm not saying mine is the best way, it's just the way I do it. So the way I used to do it was I have my camera, invested in a camera. This is the Canon EOS 600D DSLR camera. I think it was about £400 at the time, but if you got this model now, it'd be so much cheaper than that. It's years old. But you can get whatever camera you want, and you can either just use the sound from the camera, which I did initially. I wasn't so keen because obviously it's not designed to be for music really. It's a camera, for recording music, so it's not meant for that. So what I started to do is I researched microphones. So there were so many ones I looked at, to be honest with you. I looked at ones I have now. I looked at USB ones. There were so many. But in the end, I went for, it's called a Zoom H1. I'll put the picture here. It's just like a handheld mic. Now, I'm not sure it's actually designed for music. I'm not sure, but I read reviews that it was really good if you're on a budget. And it was pretty cheap. It was if I remember rightly, between like 50 and 70. It wasn't too bad. And I was actually pretty impressed with the quality for what it was. So what I would do to do that was I would film on the camera like I am now. Then I would have my Zoom H1 set up somewhere kind of around me where it could hear my guitar and my voice. I would do my song while I'm recording on the Zoom and the camera. And then I'd import the footage from both into my computer, import it into Shotcut, my editor, and then I would just sync the tracks. And I can go over syncing tracks in another video if that's something you'd like, because I know that was, again, something I was quite interested in knowing. So if you want to, let me know, I can do that. But that's how I do it. I just sync it and then edit it and upload it. Simple, pretty easy. So the third one, I've been rushing through them fairly quickly because I know this bit's going to be the long bit and the rambly bit, because that's where I had to stop last time because I started rambling too much. So this third one I've started just doing recently. The answer is yes, I did use this same kind of setup for my EP. Actually, well, no, I did use this setup for my EP. And I feel like it works really well. To be honest, I mean, there's probably other ways to do it, but for me, this works well. I'm pleased with it. So, I mean, there's always more things to learn, obviously, but I'm pleased with it. So, all right, I'm going to try and not get too rambly. So I'm going to do an overview, then I'm going to talk about what you need, and then go into more detail. So the overview is basically that I film, like with the Zoom, I film the visuals and the audio separate, and then I sync them later on. But the difference here is that I film the vocals separate to the guitar, and they go through what's called an audio interface into my computer, into a recording program, where they both record separately on different tracks. And then I've got that track, that audio track, which I then export, and then I sync it with the visuals. It sounds really confusing, but honestly, once you kind of get used to it, it's fine. So I'm going to go over what you need, and then a bit more detail. So the first thing you need, obviously, is your instrument. Mine is the guitar. I can tell you for a keyboard as well. So for a keyboard, it's quite straightforward. You just plug it. You need this. It's called a MIDI cable. You just plug it into a keyboard, and then the USB bit. So you've got these two things here for the in and outs, and then the USB goes into the computer. And then same deal, I just record into my recording program, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, as they say. So yeah, that's that one. So you need a guitar, and you need your mic. So the mic I've got is called an XLR mic. I think that's actually the term for it. The connection is LXR anyway. It's technically a condenser mic. There's loads of different names. But it's not like a standard performing mic. The mic I have is the Rode NT1A. And it also, this thing here is called a pop shield. It's just to stop the, popping sounds when you sing. And it actually came in a starter kit. All the things I'm talking about I can link below if you want. So the mic, let's leave it at that for now before I start rambling again. The third thing that I use is called an audio interface. So that is long story short, is basically the middleman of my instruments and the computer. So I plug it in on my instruments, plug it into the interface, and then the interface plugs into the computer, and that's how it talks to each other, basically. So the one I've got is the Steinberg UR22 MK2. It's just a 2-input interface, which just means one guitar, one vocals. My dad actually has figured this out because I wanted to start doing covers soon. And I was like, oh, how can I do covers if I've only got 2 inputs? We'll have to just share the mic or whatever, And so that's been figured out now. But anyway, just so you know, when it's just me recording, that's what I use. It's just a two input, one mic, one guitar, into that interface, into the computer. So that's that. So the reason I bought this one, see what I mean about the ambulances? Constant. So the reason I bought this one is because it is made by Steinberg, who also made the program I use, called Cubase. So what I mean by the program, it's called a Digital Audio Workstation, or DAW for short. It's basically the program where you do your recording and your editing of audio effects, all that kind of jazz, So the most common, and all that jazz. Anyway, so the most commonly known one that you might have heard of is like Logic. There's things like GarageBand, like the one I use is Cubase, which is paid for, but there is a free version that comes with the interface. And it's the same with a lot of interfaces. They have like free versions of programs that come with it. But a great free one is Audacity. That's really great just for recording. To be honest, a really great free program. I recommend checking that out. But yeah, so they're the things you need. Also, obviously just leads. So for me, I've got a guitar lead, a mic lead, the lead for the interface into the computer, and then just any extras, mic stand, capo. That's pretty much it, really. It's not too complicated once you kind of get your head around it. So that's basically just what I use. My video just turned off because I was rambling too much again. So the way I can do it is because it's got two inputs, one input for the mic and one for the guitar. In my program, the singing and the guitar are then two separate tracks. Obviously, there's a bit of track bleeding because I'm singing and playing the guitar at the same time. With my EP, the final versions, I'd record the guitar without the singing and the singing without the guitar, just so they were crisper, you know. But I basically did the same thing, really, as I did with my YouTube videos as such, you know. So then, anyway, once that's done, once I film this video, once my tracks are on there, I then take the footage off my camera onto my computer. I export the audio footage from Cubase. And then again, like the thing with Zoom 1, I just put it all into Shotcut, and then I sync it, and then I edit the video, and then upload it. And that's basically that. It's actually not too difficult. If you've got any questions, please let me know, because I know I ramble like hell. But if you want any more kind of techie videos, give me a shout. I'm happy to oblige. And I'm about to film my mashup, which you will have seen already, because that's gone up Thursday. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it up here. It's a Hannah Montana mashup, bringing all the nostalgia back. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and I really love it. You subscribe for new videos every Sunday afternoon and the occasional video Thursday. I don't want to promise Thursday videos. I'm trying my best at the moment to do 2 videos a week, but I don't want to promise it. But there will be a video every week, every Sunday for definite. So yeah. Have a lovely rest of your day and rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.